Okay, children. So good morning. What is our fifth lesson in 10th class? The population. So far we discussed how many lessons, children? 5 lessons we have finished. Our sixth lesson is what, children? The population. Population is nothing but what children? Growing, taking birth rate, growing birth rate, how much it is increasing, whether it is decreasing is known as population. Isn't it, children? So here what they are telling, according to the census 1881, which year they are taking into consideration? According to the year 1881, Commission of India, according to 2011, how much population has been increased? 1 crore. See, you see how many according to the Commission of India, according to the 2011, the population has been increased. When you compare with the 1881, there is a lot of change in 2011. Means that is mean to say that every data is calculated, but every data is calculated at how many years gap, children? Every data they are calculating the gap of 10 years. Isn't it, children? See here, census show age structure. What is the age structure? Here they are taking into the consideration of the 3 groups, that is the A, B and C. A is what, children? Children below 15 years. Generally, children below 15 years, their children are depending upon their parents. Isn't it, children? For example, you are in 10th class. Now you will be age group is between 14 to 15 years. So you are depending upon whom, children? You are depending upon your parents for clothing, for food, for shelter, for education, for everything, each and everything. You are depending upon your parents because you are under the age of how many years, children? You are below 15 years, 8. So you will be totally depending upon your parents for your livelihood. Next, coming to the working age. When you compare with the working age 15 to 59, what is this age? When you will be completing your graduation, when you completing your PG, so you will be in search of your what? Your search of your job. So what is your searching of job age? After 15 to 59, you will be having the eligibility to do job according to your well and wage. So that is the working age is considered as how many years? Between the 15 to 59. Next, third category, C category. What they are telling? Aged above 59 years. Those people who are attained the age of 59 years after retirement. What is that after retirement? 15. After 59, they are not the government. What if they are in the employee of the government organization? The retirement is how many years, children? If they attain the age of 59, compulsory the government will be giving retirement for that particular person. Not only that, if he or she is engaged in the government organization, as example previously, for example, if you will take the if you will take the third lesson from your 10th class, Rajeshwari and Narsimha is a government employee, will be getting all bonus, then what bonus, PF, regular salary, paid holiday, he will be getting same like that. If he is in the government organization, he or she, after retirement, they will be getting all the benefits from the government organization. Here, children, what is the sex ratio? What is the sex ratio? How will you calculate the sex ratio? It is nothing but number of females. What is that? Number of females for every 1000 males. Every 1000 males is called sex ratio. Once again, I am repeating, children, what is the definition of the sex ratio? Sex ratio is nothing but number of females for every 1000 males is called sex ratio. So according to the medical research, what they are telling, whether the boy population is more or whether the girl population is more. So if you see the next bit, gender bias. Gender bias is nothing but showing the differences in the male and female. That is mean to say that boy or girl. So if you see Haryana 870 girls, Punjab 880, Andhra Pradesh 970, Kerala where we are having the most population of the girl, in the Kerala 1040. So this is the gender bias. Gender bias is nothing but the showing the differences between the male and female. So coming to the literacy rate. So what is the literacy rate? Literacy is nothing but those people who are educated. Means what, children? Those people who are educated, they will be coming under the category of the literacy. Here two groups will be there, literacy and illiterate. Isn't it, children? We have to find it out what is the difference between the illiterate and literate. Illiterate means what? Uneducated. Uneducated people will be coming under the illiterate. Those people are well educated. Those people who are well educated, they will be coming under the literacy rate. So according to the census, according to the year, what they are telling, according to the year 1947, how much year children? 12% of people are educated above many years, 7 years and above. Those children who are attaining the age of 7 and above years, they are able to attain how much education rate children? Only 12% according to the year 1947. If you come to the 2011, 64, how much it has increased children in education? It has increased to 64 to how much percentage children? 84 percentage. According to the 2011, how much percentage it has increased? 74.04. Here see children, there is a lot of difference. If you compare the 1947, only 12%, that is to 7 years and above, they are educated. Out of 100, 12% only educated children or people are there. Coming to the 2011, 2001, 64 to 84%, 64.84 percentage. This is above 2001, 64 to 84 percentage. Coming to the 2011, 74.4 percentage. So here 82 percentage of people are men and 65 percentage of women are educated. If you compare in these two children, who is attaining more educated? If you compare, when you compare with men, women is attaining the less education when compared with the men. Because during the British time or in the olden days, only the woman is permitted to do the what? Cooking. She is not allowed to go for outside the house for doing the job. She is only permitted for the domestic work. That is mean to say that she has to look after her family. But nowadays, according to the whenever the population is growing and as well as people mindset is also changing, why we have to sit at home? When the woman is educated, she can educate the whole family. One saying is, one proverb is their children, when woman is educated, whole family will be educated. Why? Because when woman is educated, she can help her children, she can help her family. All the financial thinking will be done by the women in the most of the families when the women are educated, isn't it? So this is about our education or educated or literacy rate in our country. Coming to the working population. Children, what is a working population? That is mean to say that already you know the children, India is predominant on agriculture. What is a predominant on agriculture? Most of the people, those who are living in India, nearly 79 to 80% people are engaged in agriculture. How much children? 79 to 80% of people, they are engaged in agriculture. That is a previous scenario. Coming to the present scenario, what is happening children here? Now most of the people, they are diverting towards the service sector and industrial sector. And the previous lesson I have explained in the fourth lesson, isn't it children? According to the pie diagram I have explained, isn't it children? Here most of the people nowadays, they are diverted, they are engaging in the industrial and service sector because they are getting the more benefit, more employment in the service and industrial sector when you are compared to the agriculture sector. So here children, working population, cultivation is how much children? 25 out of 100%. Now scenario has changed. Only 25% of people are working in the cultivation. Agriculture workers is what? 30%. How much people are cultivating the land? How much agriculture? How much workers they are working in the agriculture? Only 30%. Workers in household. Household means what? Some people, they are doing some unorganized work like preparing beedis, preparing agarbattis. All this will be coming under the unorganized sector. What is that? Workers in the household. 4% and 59. Total how much people are working as a household workers in household? Totally 63% people are engaged in what children? Works in household. So you are coming to the next point. What is that? Population is a dynamic changing according to birth. How much people are taking birth and what is a birth ratio? What is a death ratio? Here birth rate is also changing absolutely. Death rate is also, percentage is also changing. Why? Because due to the medical advancement. In the olden days, people does not having any medical treatment. They does not know where to go and how to get them medicated. But now a scenario, new technology technology, according to the science and medical technology, people are getting medicines for all other diseases. So that is also one of the reasons for increasing the population. Isn't it correct or not? When the people are getting the medical facilities, they are able to survive more and more years. This is also one of the reason the population is increasing. The population is increasing, but at right time the employment opportunities is not increasing. Isn't it, children? Migration is what? Within the country and outside the country. Internal migration and internal migration. What is the internal migration? When people will be moving from one place to another place within the country is known as the internal migration. Once again I am repeating, children, those people who are moving from one place to another place internally in our same country is known as the internal migration. What is the international migration? International migration is nothing but when people are migrating is what? They are changing that place and they are going to the another country. They are leaving their country and they are going to the another country. It is known as international migration. So there is a difference between the internal migration and international migration. This you will be having this topic in the next lesson. So here, what is that? How you will calculate the population? Absolute number. Population change. Population later minus population till date. Means what is the population when you compare with the previous date and what is the population in right now situation. For example, they are given till date. Means till date what is our population, whether our population is growing or our population is increasing or decreasing. So percentage change, number of birth, population increases and decreases. According to 1960, each family will be having how many children? Each family will be having 5 to 6 children. According to which census children? According to the 1960, they will be having 4 to 5 children in each and every family. They will be having the 4 to 5 children according to the 1960 century. But when you compare to 2011, right now only the people are planning to give birth for only 2 to 3 children because day by day the population is increasing, employment opportunities are decreasing, they are not able to feed their children. So there is a drastic change when you compare in the year of 1960 they are having 4 to 5 children, but scenario has changed when it is came to the year 2011. Only the parents are planning for 2 to 3 children. Isn't it, children? If you go to the Andhra Pradesh, only the population has decreased for 1.9%. So your population density, how you will calculate the population density? According to the how you will calculate people per 1 kilometer. How many people are living, children? 1 kilometer people. How many people are living, children? 382 people are living per 1 kilometer. What is the density of population, children? How you will calculate density of population? How you will calculate, children? For every 1 kilometer, how many people are living? 382 people are living. This is known as what? This is known as what, children? Density of population. People per 1 kilometer, how many people are living? 382 people are living. Isn't it, children? So here, and now what is population? What are the difficulties when the population is increasing and what are the steps the government has to take? So family planning, for example, they are doing the survey whether the population is increasing or decreasing. According to year, they are doing the survey whether the population is increasing or whether the population is decreasing. So children, here, please what you have to do, you have to go through the population lesson and please go through the graph, whatever graphs are there in that, you go through that. If you are having any doubt, you can ask children. And one more thing I am forgetting to tell that whenever I am completing the lessons, that is mean to say that in the first, how many lessons we have finished, children? We have finished the 6th lesson. Now I am going to take the 7th lesson, that is the settlement and migration. What is our 7th lesson, children? Settlements and migration. So here, children, till now how many lessons we have finished, children? till now we have finished the 6th lesson. Please try to complete your classwork for all whichever lesson teacher is taking. Please try to complete that all classwork because you are in 10th class now children. So you have to do the already have completed FA1, FA2 projects, isn't it children? So meanwhile try to write the classworks whenever we are giving which how you will write in the how many questions you will be writing according to your textbook. How many questions are there? Please write that many questions in your classwork book. So what is our till now six lesson we have completed children. Next lesson is our this lesson portion settlements and migration. Children, what is a settlement? General definition you have to know what is a settlement and what is a migration. Settlement is nothing but where you are taking birth, native place where you are taking birth, in which place you are born, that place is known as what children here? Native place. First you have to know the meaning of the settlement. So there are some certain reasons why the people are settled on in one place only. For example, if your parents are well educated, well settled, they are having the employment opportunities, they are living their happy life, on that particular time they will be not leaving that place, they are settling in one place. According due to their circumstances, they are living in the particular place, that is known as a settlement. And what is a migration? Migration is nothing but people will be moving from one place to another place is known as migration. In that migration also in the previous lesson we have discussed the national migration will be there, international migration will be there. International migration means what? Within the country. Within the country is known as the internal migration. Outside the country, when people are moving from one country to another country, it is known as the international migration. Actually, what is our first point in our textbook? What is a settlement? What is children? What is a settlement? How the people are living? Isn't it? Please go through your textbook. First para is what is a settlement? How where settlements begin? What is second point, children? How where settlements begin? What is settlements begin? Settlements begin is nothing but how the people started settling down in one place. How the people are settling down in one place. Children, if you open your textbook, what is that? What is a settlement? How are the settlement began? It is for about 1.8 lakh years. What happened, children? Human beings, they are lived in the bands as hunter-gatherers. Already you know that human beings are a hunter-gatherers, and as well as human beings are known as a social animal. They did not practice agriculture. However, owing to changes in way of food obtaining, some bands took to the deliberate method of production of food, clothing, production of food, agriculture. As agriculturists, they were increasing sedentary staying in one place. Here, how were settlements begun? Why? Because when people are getting the agriculture, when people are settling in the agriculture, for example, if the nearby place they are having the land and they are able to cultivate the crops, whenever they are able to cultivate the crops which is near to their house, when they near to their house, because of agriculture, they started settling in one place. They started settling in that particular place, and their mindset is that they will never change that place because all the facilities are available in that particular place. That is how where settlements begin. Next one, third point. What is our third point? Why do settlements change? Why do settlements change? Why? Because they started migrating to other places. Why the settlements are changing? Why? Because if you see, children, Delhi is our what? The city of Delhi can claim to have have been central to many empires that ruled India. So India is a migrating. Why India people are migrating? Because in search of their livelihood, jobs, education, dispensary, etc. As a capital city of the capital of the country, with the parliament and central government offices, there are people from all parts living in the city. Because of this, the population increased. How much, children? Because it is a capital city, is a Delhi. So how much population it has increased? Previous it was how many lakhs? 60 lakhs to it has increased to 1 crore 60 lakhs. First, what is the population, children? 60 lakhs. But now it has increased to 1 crore 60 lakh population. Why? Because due to the all facilities is available, it is a capital city. That is the reason all the people are moving to the capital city. And previous it was 60 lakh population, but now it has changed to 1 crore to 60 lakhs, 60 lakh. So here for work occupy land and settles after that without necessary permission and build on it in the way they can afford with the help or facility from anyone. Here if they are not having anything to do, so on that particular time what happened? People starting going to another place. Why do settlement changes? What you guys children? Why do settlement changes? So I told why do settlements change? Why? Because whenever they are getting a good pay, whenever they are having a good medical distances, on that particular time the people may leave that place and they will be moving to another place where these all facilities will be available for them. So what type of places are formed as settlement? Why? Because what type of places are formed? What type of places are formed as settlement? Are formed as what they children? What type of places are formed or settlements? First example, first is site, situation. What type of places are formed? Why the people are settling in the particular place? Because of the three reasons: site, situation, and the history of place. Site, situation, and the history of place. What are the three things? Why type of places are formed as settlement? Why the people are settling in that particular places? Why? Because site. What is the site? If you open your textbook, children, site refers to in early settlement periods places which are favorable, means the people where they are able to get the water supply and good protection from inventions were preferred. For example, Chhatrapati Shivaji. What is that? He is one of the famous ruler. Chhatrapati Shivaji. What he has built? He has built. What he has built? He has built a fort in the Pratapgarh. It is in Maharashtra. Okay, this is known as the site. This site was chosen because of its altitude. From all the surrounding areas could be seen. All the surrounding areas will be able to see this Chhatrapati Shivaji fort. So this provided for that fort. What is their children? They will be provided the military security because no one should destroy that fort. For that they arrange the military security. Okay, children. Moving to next point. What is the next point? Indian settlement in hierarchy. What is that? Indian settlement. Why the settlement hierarchy? What is actually Indian settlement in hierarchy? Hierarchy means what, children? What is hierarchy? Here, children, please refer textbook. Here, if you open your textbook, children, please open your textbook, page number 92. Here, Indian settlement in hierarchy, settlement type, mega cities, criteria, cities having more than how many people, children? They are having 10 million people. For example, Greater Mumbai, UAE is nothing but United America. Population is how much there? 18.4 million. If you go to Delhi, UAE, population is 16.3 million. Coming to Kolkata, UAE, population is 14.1 million. Metropolitan cities, the cities having population between how much? 1 million and 10 million. The ranges is what? 1 million to 10 million. They will be coming under the metropolitans. Again here cities class. 1 cities, towns, revenue census, village, hamlets. If you go through this table, you will be having clear idea, children. If you are having any doubts, you can ask afterwards. Isn't it, children? So next point, what is the next point? Urbanization in India. What is the next point, children? What are the problems of urbanization? Urbanization in India. What is our next point? Urbanization in India. Children, what is the meaning of the urbanization and what is the meaning of the rural? Here there is a lot of difference between the urbanization and rural people. Rural people are those people who does not having any facilities like drinking or drinking, sanitation. They does not having any facilities. They are living in the very small village or in the dirty place. That places will be considered as a rural areas. And what is urban? Urbanization is nothing but those areas are developed like the cities and towns. What children? Cities and towns will be coming under the urbanization. For example, urbanization is nothing but they will be having all the facilities like drinking, sanitation, and here they will be having a lot of employment opportunity in the urbanization places. So this is also one of the reason people will be migrating from rural area to urban area. Urbanization is what? All the facilities that people able to get, and they will be get the more income. That is the reason many of the parents, what they will be doing, they will be husband will be leaving the native place and he will be going to other place for search of job, because he will be getting the better livelihood instead of settling in his native place. He will be moving some days to other places and some days he will be staying in his native place. Here what is the next point? Problems of urbanization. What are the problems generally you think, children? Whenever all the people going and settling down in villages and cities, towns and cities, what happened? What about the rural? What about the villages? People are not at all, they don't want to live in the rural areas because it does not have any facilities. And what are the problems in the urbanization? When all the rural people coming down and settle down in the urban areas, what happens? There is a lot of pollution, isn't it, children? Lot of vehicles, lot of pollution will be there. The population will be increasing in the urban areas and the population will be decreasing in the rural areas. Meanwhile, what happens? They will be not able to get the benefits because all the people working load, population will be coming and settling down in the urbanization. So increasing urbanization is not just all about greater opportunity for people, more economic productivity, etc. It also results in many problems. The growing urban population has to be housed. What are the things they will be getting in the urbanization? They will be having the water supply, sewage and other waste disposable, transportation and many other things. They will be available in the urbanization. But as a result, what happened? The vehicle use will be increasing, urban air population will also increasing, most of the health problems will be increasing. Due to that, the climate will also change. Why the climate will change? Because whenever the air pollution, water pollution, for example, industries and factories, people, they are leaving their chemical water into the rivers and lakes, and at particular time the water will be polluted. These are all the problems we are able to find in the urbanization. When the more people are moving to the more people are living to the cities and towns, they will be facing the problems of urbanization. And next point, what is that, children? Erythropolis. Erythropolis is what? A new kind of settlement is happening in many countries, including India. These settlements are centered around where the people are living, around the large airports. Hence the name Erythropolis or airport city. Those people who are living near the airport, this is known as what is that? Erythropolis. What is the spelling pronunciation, children? Erythropolis. So you please go through this para. What is a migration? What is a migration definition? I said the people will be moving from one place to another place is known as migration. What is the, children? People are moving from one place to another place is known as migration. Now we are measure and classify migration patterns. How we will measure the migration? First one, where the birthplace. Next one, the last usual place of residence. What is a birthplace? Where the boy or girl born. That place is known as birthplace, or it is also known as a native place. Next point, what is the last usual place of residence? Where that particular man or woman is living. Okay, children. So what is a birthplace? Place where the place where the person was born. That is known as the birthplace. Next one, last usual place of residence. The place where the person has stayed continuously for long period, for example 6 months or more. What is the second example? First is a birthplace. Second one is what, children? Place of residence. How they are taking into the place of residence into consideration? When the male or female, when the people are living more than period of 6 years, 6 months or more than 6 months, that is more than 6 months or more, 6 months or more than 6 months is known as what, children? The people are living in the same place 6 months or more than 6 months, it is known as place of residence. Please go through the paragraph. What is a seasonal and temporary migration? What is that, children? Seasonal and temporary migration. What is the season children? For example, if you see most of the people, because due to the agriculture is possible in the rainy season, that is mean to say that mid of June, July, August and September or sometimes October. Because of the seasonal only, people will be migrating. If you see one example children, what is seasonal migration? Because they does not able to get any agriculture. Only they are getting in the month of June to mid June to when till they are getting October, they will be getting the rains and they will be able to practice the agriculture, isn't it children? For next, if you see June to October, rest all the months, how they have to live their life, it is highly impossible, because in yearly they will be able to get only 4 months, that is they are engaged in the agriculture. Rest all 8 months, how the people are able to get their livelihood. So that is the reason. Seasonal and temporary means people will be moving for 2 to 3 months because in search of food, because they does not having any because they are not able to earn anything in their particular in the native place, the people will be migrating to other place for search of their livelihood. So this is the seasonal and temporary migration. Next one, what is the rural to rural migration? What is that children? Rural to rural migration. Here one example they are given children. For example, one story they are given in the page number 96. Maharashtra is one of the popular states of India which produce what? Sugar cane. It has how many cooperative sugar factories in Maharashtra children? In Maharashtra we are having 186 cooperative sugar factories. So here began in the early, which year the sugar cane cultivation started in Maharashtra? It is started in the year of 1970. So how many after the Kohima Dam was built, only they started producing the sugar cane. It is estimated that how many laborers are migrating? Nearly, according to their estimation, 66 lakhs 50,000 people are migrating for central to the western Maharashtra. Why? Because it is not having any employment. For that purpose, they are moving to Maharashtra. They are joining in the sugarcane cutting. Where they are joining children? Sugarcane cutting each year. Of this, around 2 lakhs are children. How many children? How many people are children in this? 2 lakh people are children in the school age group 6 to 14 years. They come with their family members. Why? Because all the family members they are depending on agriculture. If the agriculture is not possible in their own place, in their rural to rural only, they are going to Maharashtra and they are working as under the sugarcane factory as a sugarcane cutting. So what is a rural to urban migration? What is rural to urban migration children? Now you see what is a rural to urban migration. Generally, why the rural people are moving to the urban area? As previously we have discussed. Why? Because of the basic, for example, they does not having the sanitation or they does not having any water facility in that particular area. That is the reason rural people are moving where? Rural to urban. Where the people are going? They are going to the rural to urban. Previous only we have discussed this. So here now rural to international migration. What is the international migration children? What is international migration? I told in the search of their livelihood, when people are moving from one country to another country. What is that children? Again I am repeating. When people are moving from one country to another country for search of their livelihood or for earning the more income, that is known as the international migration. Isn't it children? Now international migration, 1/3 of the world's 200 million international migrants, less than 70 million people according to the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. What they are telling children? They have moved from one developing country to another developing country, that is known as the international migration from India is of 2 types. Isn't it children? You go through this para, that is in your textbook page number 98. Now next point, what happens when people migrate? What is next point children? What happens when people migrate? They are given the textbook children. Please go through the textbook page number 99. What happens when people migrate? Migrate laborers spend more on food as they cannot get food grains from fair shops at their workplaces. As they live in harsh circumstances and hygienic conditions, they are living. So they are suffering with what children? They are suffering with their health problems because in that area they does not having any facilities. Their environmental is fully what? The environmental problems will also arise because to the ruralization they are not able to develop that particular village. So those people are working in quarries, brick kilns, construction sites and mines suffer from what? They are suffering from body ache, sunstroke. Sunstroke means what? From morning to evening they are working in the sun, that people are getting the chances of sunstroke, skin irritation and lung disease. From morning to evening they are working in the sun, they will be getting the skin diseases and sometimes skin problems, and as well as they are getting the lung diseases. Here that is the reason when people will be migrating to other areas, the climatic conditions is not suitable because the native place of climatic conditions will be different when they will be moving to the international, means another countries. So this is a problem they are facing when the people are migrating to other places. So what is our last point, children? Here, monitoring of international migration. According to your, if you see the page number 100 in here textbook, what is that they are given? Just you see this picture, children. Here, national boundaries are protected against migrants. Here, example of USA on Mexican border, South Korea or North Korean border, India and Bangladesh border. What do you think of migrants across the border? Here, this is last point is what, children? Monitoring of international migration. The Immigration Act, in which year it has passed? It has passed in the year of 1983. For this purpose,